Hello, everybody. Sorry if I am a little disgusting looking or anything. I am so sick today. I feel miserable today. But that's not going to stop me from reviewing this incredible piece of a movie. I can't believe how good this movie was. But when I saw the trailer, to be honest, I was like, this looks fantastic. It's called Late Night with the Devil. I actually didn't know about this until like I think the day before it came out. I think Wednesday. I think on Wednesdays when I figured out about this movie, my dad told me about it, and he was like, "It looks good. You should look at this." And I definitely think you'll like it. And I looked at it, and I was like, "I'm in. I'm in. This looks like a fantastic movie. It has David in it. I don't know how to say your last name. I'm sorry, but David, you are an incredible, underrated actor. Super underrated. One of the most underrated actors ever. He is so good in this movie. He's the lead role in this movie. I'm gonna give my verdict right now, just in case if people don't want to know anything about the movie, and you just want to come in with an open mind and just watch it. I'm giving it, in terms of how I enjoyed it, like a 10 out of 10. And in terms of like critically, I'll give it like an 8 or 9 out of 10. I'll probably say 9 out of 10 because obviously no movie is perfect, but this is a great freaking horror movie. This is so good. I don't know if it will be the best horror movie of this year because we also have the Alien movie coming out. I do hope that is really good, but I do have a deeper appreciation for this movie because of how it's an indie movie, and it looks like a lot of work put into this. Now, there's one thing I have to point out: the set pieces and stuff, and the practical effects and the costume designs in this movie is incredible. It actually feels like a '70s talk show set, and it's great. It looks great, and I really do have so much respect for the people that created the set and all that. It looks fantastic. Good job with that. I also gotta say the practical effects of this movie, like the gore and stuff, it looks like a '70s movie somehow. Like the gore and stuff is so weird looking, but I really like that because it really does feel like a '70s movie, like The Thing or something. Like it looks like that type of practical effects in this movie, and I do really like that. I think that's a really nice touch. Another thing I have to say, let me say the plot first. The plot of the movie is basically about this talk show. I forgot what it's called, Midnight Hour or something. But there's this talk show host. He hosted this show, and he was very popular for some time. But his deal was about to end, and he's trying to put up the best show for his last one. So maybe he can continue doing the show. I think that's what the full plot was, basically. He's basically just trying to save his show, basically. He's trying to make it keep going. So he does this crazy stuff, and there's a lot of, demon stuff in it, and it's great. And it starts off like a normal movie, and then kind of gets weirder and weirder. It's psychological horror. And I think that's really effective, and it's great, because it's actually filmed in a 4:3, format, kind of square, kinda like IMAX screen, it's more height related, and that really captures you're watching the movie in an old TV, you're watching it in the '70s. I really do like that. I think that's one of the most unique things about this movie. And then there is also black and white scenes that they call behind the scenes, and it's black and white, and it's a little wider, and it just shows what goes on during ad breaks and stuff. During ad breaks and their sponsors and stuff, they it turns black and white and shows the behind the scenes, and it's great. But most of the movie is the 4:3, because you're obviously seeing the show. The show is basically 80% of the movie, and at the end it does go widescreen because you're seeing it in the talk show's perspective, and it looks great. I think this movie, the filtering, to make it look gloomy, how old cameras were really garbage, didn't look great. They actually did that in this movie, and I think they did a good job. Obviously it's a little cleaner so you can see better, but it's pretty good. Most movies I see that try to do that, they usually look way too clean, but this one I think is almost perfect. It looks like a remaster of an old footage, and it looks great. And then also sometimes it kind of gets kind of blurry, or the static sounds, and the audio kind of gets low quality sometimes, pixelated, and that It just sounds so freaking good, and it looks so good, and I'm really happy I saw this movie in theaters because it's such a good experience in theaters. Now, for like the writing and the comedy and stuff, the comedy is really good. I think the comedy was funny. I had a few chuckles for sure. The writing is really good. Again, David, you did a phenomenal job at acting. All the people in this movie did a phenomenal job at acting. There was not a single bad actor, in my opinion. And and honestly, the movie gets emotional at some points, like really sad, and I do like that. Like it's pretty dark and sad at some points. I guess that's what you expect from a horror movie, but like I actually almost teared up. Like usually I don't tear up from horror movies like this, but I actually like felt bad for characters in this movie. Like you actually like the characters in this movie, and I really like that. I really dig it, and I think they did a good job at writing all the characters, especially the main character. But even like the small characters, they were written so well, and I really like that. Now, by the time I'm filming this, it's at I think it got a here we go messy. Oh Jesus. But at the time I'm filming this, I think they extended the dates because yesterday I had to drive 45 minutes just to see this movie. Now it's playing at like every theater near me, and I'm like, oh my god, I should have just saw it today. But I'm glad I saw it yesterday. I'm glad I saw it the first day. I think it was worth it. It's such a good movie. But I'm guessing it got a lot of money, and then they extended the dates. Now, I know there's a lot of controversy with like the AI art and stuff. I was fine with it because it's not even an important part of the freaking movie. Like, I don't care about that. I don't care about the AI stuff. I know people do, like, they are, like, against the AI stuff, and I get that. And of course, I could see people kind of getting mad about that, but putting that in your, like, your review, I think is kind of, well, I don't really like that. Like, it's not a big part of the movie. It's not even a freaking important part of the movie. It's, like, only shows up for, like, a few seconds. Like nobody cares. Like I don't care about that. But so I'm just gonna bring that up right now. It's literally just this. The AR is basically just like like the please stand by screens. That's literally all it is. I don't care about that. And I believe it's like 3 static images. Like I don't see the big point of that. But I know people are so against of AI and stuff, and I'm not gonna get into that because I'm not big into that, and I know people are gonna get freaking pissed at me for saying stuff like that. But yeah, I would love to say more, but my throat is really hurting right now. I would love to say more about this movie, and I am trying so hard to. But I also don't want to spoil it too much, because I really want people to see this movie for themselves and get surprised by it. But yeah, that's basically it for this video, because it's brutal today. I am so sorry. But I love this movie. Give it a watch if you can. Like, whenever you have the chance. Go to theaters. Go to theaters and see this. I think it's such a great experience in theaters. But it is out right now in theaters. And it's streaming on Shudder in April, I believe. I highly recommend this movie if you're a horror fan. Please go see it. See you guys later.